Hey everybody, it's Tony Codispati, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the election. And I have some things I want to talk about, particularly when it relates to Donald Trump. Now, look, Donald Trump is an eccentric kind of guy, and lots of successful people are eccentric. Uh, they're their own people, and they're imperfect. They could be arrogant, they could be obnoxious, they can even be comical. But in business is like a knife fight. It really is. And sometimes those qualities are what help make you successful. So, with all his eccentricities, I don't really think Donald Trump is really a bad guy. I mean, he's certainly, everybody says, oh, he's such an egomaniac. Yeah, of course he's an egomaniac. Do you think Barack Obama's not an egomaniac? Do you think Hillary Clinton is not an egomaniac? Just saying. I mean, part of the, I can't think of a president who didn't have something of inflated ego. I mean, some more than others, but let's be honest. I mean, just to think that you qualify for that job, you've got to have a little bit of an inflated ego, because that's quite a job to have. But let's look at Hillary Clinton for a minute. And if you look at Hillary Clinton by contrast to Donald Trump, got to be honest, Hillary Clinton is just an unethical, unindicted criminal who's like a deviant with a long record of highly questionable, corrupt, and even despicable kind of things that she did to people. I mean, she was really a nasty person. You don't really hear, Donald Trump has said nasty things, hasn't really done nasty things to people, though. But that's not true about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is nasty. She's 360 nasty. And you got to think about something else too when it comes to Hillary Clinton. She's not even in government right now. She left government at the end of 2012, right? And she was able to get out of being criminally charged. Think about this. She was. If you listen to Comey's statement, it sounded like he was going to criminally charge her, right? And then he kind of let her off the hook. She has the kind of juice that she can give away our most secrets, leave them exposed to our enemies, and who knows, maybe even kind of under the table paid for them. Who knows? But she was able to get away with that. If you think about it, the Rosenbergs were electrocuted for less. They gave away one secret. Hillary gave them all away because they were all on her computer. Do you realize that there are secrets that the U.S. government holds that are only allowed to be in hard copy paper form, and she had those secrets transcribed onto her computer, which could be broken into by like any hacker worth his salt? I mean, and she got away with that. Now think about that woman with the power of the presidency. Is that what you want? You want a woman like that? So this November, just remember what you're voting for. You're voting for whether America, the rule of law, and the Constitution either lives or dies. Now, if you don't think those are the stakes, then I don't know how to convince you that they are, but maybe what I have yet to say will help along those lines, because those are, honest to God, the stakes. And I'm not trying to exaggerate this, because believe me, I'm not like, a trumpeter. But those are the stakes. Now just look at the consequences of what Barack Obama has meant to this country. Look at look at the consequences. They're all around us. And just remember, his handpicked successor is Hillary Clinton. And just think about what it's brought us. We have like something like 30 dead policemen, most of whom were killed in ambushes because Barack Obama, at least in part, is responsible for validating the hateful rhetoric from Black Lives Matter protesters who were calling for the death of police officers. And not long after validating that kind of vile anger, officers were killed. That's on Barack Obama. And Hillary Clinton doesn't seem to be deviating very much from that line of thinking either. And then you have terrorist atrocities that have happened both here and abroad. I mean, we had a big one in Orlando, then you had San Bernardino and other situations as well. And then you had the thing that happened in Brussels, and Paris and France has been hit 3 times in like 18 months. I mean, a lot of this is due to the way Barack Obama and presumably Hillary Clinton, if she's president, the way they approach terrorism. I mean, Barack Obama cannot say radical Islamic terrorism. And just recently, the son of a Hamas leader was making a speech in Israel. He's reformed. He's not terroristic like his father. And he even said that when President Obama refuses to use the term radical Islamic terrorism, that he empowers and emboldens the terrorists because they see that as Obama being afraid of them. So he's actually encouraging them. So, this is not helping. This is not helping. This is what Hillary Clinton would bring us, right? So, but you have to really ask yourself is, who in the world is speaking these days for the American people? Who's looking out for our best interests? A president and a Democratic nominee who encourage unrestricted illegal immigration into this country? There are desperately poor people coming here from Central and America and Mexico, and they certainly strike a sympathetic pose or a sympathetic, profile. But, it's really wrong when people like Obama, Clinton, other Democrats, and even Republicans to some extent, take advantage of those images to create sympathy in this country, to allow people to be illegal aliens and remain in this country. I mean, who is that helping? Is that helping the low-skilled, uneducated worker who is, predominantly minority from keeping a job? A lot of those people displace American citizens out of their jobs. How is that representing us? That's what Obama's doing. That's what Clinton wants to do. The fact is, it doesn't help us. And you know what else doesn't help us? Wanting to do the same kind of thing with refugees that are fleeing places like Syria, where there's a complete meltdown, and they want to let 50,000 people into this country who are refugees, but we don't know if they're refugees or if they're terrorists. And we have no way of knowing. But Obama doesn't care. He says, we will have a process that will verify that. It'll take 2 years for them to get here. And we learn later that none of that's true and that there's no way to verify them. The director of the FBI says there's no way to verify them. So you're being lied to. So who's taking care of you? Do you think you're safer by allowing people who could be... How many refugees do you think you need that are terrorists to cause mayhem in this country? How many terrorists did it cause San Bernardino? 2. How many terrorists caused Orlando? 1. How many terrorists caused the massacre on the French Riviera a couple days ago? 1. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. So it would kind of behoove us to not allow these people into the country, and if we want to help them, figure out something else. So you got to ask yourself, why do Obama and Clinton want to do this? And how does that enhance your economic and your personal security? It doesn't. It doesn't. So these people don't care. I've said many times, and it bears repeating, Barack Obama is not on your side. He's not. And neither is Hillary Clinton. And these kind of actions prove it. They are doing things that benefit people who aren't even citizens of this country. And in some cases, the things that they do by allowing illegal aliens in or refugees actually endanger you. Look at that woman who was shot by the guy who was deported 5 times in San Francisco. Look at just look at the other things that go on with refugees and terrorists. You cannot allow these people in the country, but Obama and Clinton do, and it's clearly not helping you. So I have just one message. What are we going to do? Donald Trump's not my cup of tea. All right, he really isn't. But neither is Hillary Clinton. And I look at Donald Trump as just eccentric. I don't look at him as a bad guy, or an evil guy. I don't ever remember Donald Trump ever doing anything bad to anybody. But I do remember Hillary Clinton doing a lot of nasty things to people. So I say, let's make America great again and vote for Donald Trump. And for those of you out there watching me and they say, never Trump, I'm never going to vote for him. He's he's terrible. He'll be a dictator. He's a blah, blah, blah. Do you really think I want to vote for Donald Trump? You think that's like my preference? That I want to vote for him? That I can't wait to pull the lever for him? No, I'm not happy about having to vote for Donald Trump. I know I have to vote for him, though. I have to vote for him. My guy was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz didn't win. I didn't like how Trump ran his campaign. I didn't like the things he said. I thought a lot of those things were untrue, and they were wrong and misleading. I thought it was nasty. I thought it was dirty. But he won. He won. He's the Republican candidate, and he is one of only 2 people that could possibly win, and that's why he's got to get my vote, because I'm not going to be so selfish as to vote for somebody in the Libertarian Party who can't win, or the Constitution Party who can't win, or some other minor candidate who can't win, just to satisfy my need to feel good about myself. Look, yes, the guy is full of warts, but I will tell you this: if you want to vote for somebody who's close to you and your morality, then if I was going to do that, I would write in my mother's name. And you know what? She'd have just as much of a chance as winning as Gary Johnson. That's how silly it is to vote for Gary Johnson, especially when you know what the stakes are. Hillary Clinton will destroy this country. Donald Trump will not destroy this country. Hillary Clinton will destroy the Constitution. She's already, with Barack Obama and Lynch, destroyed the rule of law. She's already done that. Barack Obama, with his pen and his phone, has already just torpedoed over and over again the Constitution. This is not going to get better with Hillary Clinton as president. With Donald Trump as president, there's a possibility it could get better. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying there's a possibility. There's no chance if Hillary Clinton gets elected. That's why I say you have to vote for Donald Trump. And just one last thing. If you still want to vote for some minor candidate, I will ask you this. Which one matters more to you? Your love of your country or your hatred for Donald Trump? Because if you're voting for somebody who can't win, then you are voting against your country. You're voting because out of hatred for somebody that you know could win. And you'd rather vote for that, for a person who can't win, and cede the country to somebody who will destroy it. And that's very sad. So I urge you, if you want to engage me in a debate on this, I'd be happy to do it. You got to vote for Donald Trump. It means national survival. Thanks for listening, folks.